Hello, hello, hello. Hope
Hi,
you're
guys.
doing well. It's nice to see quite a few of you here already. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Christian. Hi, Karen. Afternoon, Chloe. Hello. Ooh, I'm going to struggle with this name, I think. Irshad, is that right?
I think you did it right. I think that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so we'll just let a few more people join.
Afternoon. Oh, here's another one. Saika?
Yeah,
Maybe that's right. I hope that's right. Hello, Ali, Rick, and Azim. Nice to see you.
The numbers are still going up, so still got people joining.
Yeah. Hi, Asia. Hi, Sana. I got Saika's name right.
She said, "Well done."
Afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you want to introduce yourself, Matt, and then?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be no good. My name is Matt. This is.
I'm Hollie Pebbles.
I was pointing that way. I don't know
where you are. That's me, but I think you're in a different order.
Yeah. It's different on my screen, I think. Yeah, I'm Matt. That's Kayleigh. This is Hollie. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right thing.
Yeah, for me, I'm up there.
Oh, right.
Andrew said, "Is Hollie in the garden?" I'm actually abroad at the minute. I'm at my mum and dad's house, so I'm on a patio, I think you would call it, or like a balcony or something.
Hollie's enjoying the sunshine.
Yes, it's very nice. It's very warm. What's it like in England? Is it cold?
No, it's actually quite mild, but it's not
Average.
quite as nice as Spain, is it? Yes, the webinar is going to be recorded. Fingers crossed, as long as technology plays ball, then we will put the replay video up on our YouTube channel, the BuyBotPro YouTube channel, and also on the Facebook group as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, do you just want to go over how this webinar is going to run and like what we're going to do and stuff?
Yeah, basically we're going to be talking all things BuyBotPro. So we've got a couple of videos lined up. So we'll play them, watch them, and then afterwards we'll discuss them. How many videos do we have?
5 today.
Okay, so we've got 5 videos to go through with you guys. Some really exciting features in BuyBotPro. And obviously, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ping them in the chat and we will answer them for you. In the chat or the Q&A thing, I think we'll look at both.
Yeah, we'll check both of them.
Yeah,
well, raining in Scotland. Oh no, that's not good.
Very windy at the moment, says Andrew.
Very windy. Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice here, but I won't rub that in too much.
At least you look like you're in the shade, Hollie, so we're not going to get too jealous.
I wouldn't be able to see you guys if I wasn't. So what video do we want to go with first, guys?
Let's start with the video.
What one do we want to go? I don't really think there's kind of a right or a wrong order for these, so maybe I'll just shall we do quick look?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we'll watch the video and then we'll come back. Just pop any questions in the chat while we're away or when we come back. See you in a minute.
Catch everyone in a minute.
So in this video, I'm going to talk about the quick look feature within BuyBotPro. And this is something you will see when you are on Amazon and you're looking at like a product page. So I've just typed into Amazon Lego and it's brought up all of these products. And you'll see that they all have these like blue boxes with information on them. So let's just choose, I'm just going to choose this row. So as an example, so you'll see here there are 4 blue boxes. These all correspond to the products above them. Now this is the quick look feature and it's really, really useful for, like I said, when you're scrolling through products and the boxes just give you that key information. So key information and kind of crucial links for each product to look in more detail at a quick glance to see if it's the product that you might potentially be interested in. Then obviously you can use BuyBotPro to analyze that in more detail. So what information do you get within these boxes for the quick look feature? So let's just zoom in. So the first thing you'll see is you've got the ASIN of the product. You've then got the ranking, so the bestseller rank, the BSR for that category. So this one, for example, is telling you it's 5,356 in toys and games. So it's telling you the BSR and it's also telling you which category it's in. And then you can see other sellers. So I can see straight away, for example, that this one is sold by Amazon and that there is 1 FBA seller and 10 MF sellers. And these colors correspond, you know, if you use BuyBotPro, and once you get used to the colors, you'll know that these are the kind of general colors for those types of sellers. And that's what shows in the competition analysis as well. So orange is Amazon, green is FBA, and the gray is MF. So any of these will take you to that product on Amazon. So you can just click on sold by Amazon. It's opened up a new tab for me, and then I can see that product here, and then I can go ahead and analyze it with BuyBotPro if I want to. So coming back to the main page, the rest of the quick look feature, you've then got a button which will take you through the BuyBotPro charts. It will open those up for you. So all you need to do is click on that, and you've got information and access to those BuyBotPro charts. And this is exactly the same information that you'd have access to if you were fully analyzing a product. So, you know, we don't want you to miss out on any information. So you have got your main chart here, and you've got the toggles to turn the different kind of pieces of information on and off depending on what you want to look at. You've got the heat map underneath as well. The heat map is super useful in terms of seeing, you know, when there was intense sales and when it hasn't sold quite so well, to see if it's consistent or if there's certain periods of time where it sells better. You've also got your duration toggle underneath, so the time period that you want your chart to show. Then you've got your offer and review chart, as you would within the main BuyBotPro Chrome extension, and again your toggles to toggle them on and off. You've got the main and subcategory BSR chart. So as I said, it's in the toys and games category. That's the main category. And then this is its subcategory as well. So you can see the BSR for that. Coming down, you've then got your bar charts, which is exactly the same information that you can see above. But, you know, we always talk about BuyBotPro kind of being personal to you, and everyone works in different ways. So some people will want to use this chart, some people will want to use these bar charts. And then you've also got the table underneath as well. So you've got access to those BuyBotPro charts straight from the quick look feature. And to get rid of that and to go back to the main page, all you need to do is just click on the cross in the corner. Then the other button you've got is Open BuyBotPro. So a bit like the manual sourcing accelerator, I don't need to go anywhere necessarily to analyze the product. If I want to do it straight here, I can just click Open BuyBotPro. All I need to do is input my buy price, click Analyze, and you're good to go. You've got access to all of that amazing information that BuyBotPro gives you. Then you've got the Google link. So if you click on that one just there, it will basically do a Google search and it will open up a shopping page. So you can see all of the places that you could potentially buy that product from. You can see all the different prices and where you could potentially, you know, maybe you're looking for the cheapest place to get it or any offers on as well. So coming back to the main page. So that is the quick look feature. Super useful if you are looking through different products and you also want to kind of compare. So, you know, at a glance, I can see that, you know, this one is ranking 5,356 in toys and games. And then I can see that that one's 498 in toys and games, for example. So you can compare the BSR. I mean, I know these products aren't particularly similar, but you could do a more specific search and then you would have this information there to see straight away. And it's a really easy way to compare products, compare things like the BSR and also the sellers that are selling them as well. So that is the quick look feature within BuyBotPro. Back to me and Hollie.
Matt.
I know, I thought that. Sorry, Matt.
Oh, so that was the quick look feature, guys. What do we think? We did a poll there.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Do you use the quick look feature? 27% yes, love it. 33% said not yet. And 33% said, I didn't know about that, but I will.
Just changed in front of our eyes, the percentages.
Yeah.
It's still voting. Let's go to the chat. Have we got any questions?
Yep. So Andrew said, as well as the Google search, would it be possible to have an eBay one? So the eBay one is actually at the bottom, isn't it, of BuyBotPro? There's the buttons at the bottom of BuyBotPro. But we can definitely look at adding them onto the quick view feature as well.
I'm going to write that down.
Yep.
I'm like the note taker on these webinars.
Right.
eBay button onto quick look.
Yeah, a couple of weeks' time, I'll be like, Kayleigh, what was that thing that got sold?
Like, oh no, they're all on different pages of my notebook. Does anyone else have any questions, or shall we just go to the next video? Oh, here we go. Oh. All of a sudden, like it was just.
Does the quick view have to be switched on? Does anyone answer?
Is that in reference to the toggle in the settings? Because
Yes,
if so,
it is.
yes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't appear, then if it doesn't appear, make sure you've got the quick look toggle switched on in your settings, and then refresh the results, and you'll get the box under there. Actually, while I remember, because I like to make people aware of this, if any of you guys are familiar with the competition analysis, and you click on any of the stock levels for any of the sellers that it shows in that list, it takes you through to that seller's store, so you can see everything that they're selling as well. And that's another place where you can see that little quick look box there. It just helps you get to that competition a little bit sooner. If you did want to be really cheeky and compete with someone on a certain item, so that's another place where you'd see it as well. I like sharing that with everyone.
I think, I don't know if you're maybe not seeing the responses, but this will definitely be recorded, and it will definitely be posted on our YouTube channel and in the Facebook group, and it will be exactly as you're seeing it now. So you'll see the videos in there as well. Just in case I know some of you've got school runs and things to get to, so you might not be able to stay with us all the way through.
Yep, absolutely. Matt says a silly question, so we won't answer that.
We're ignoring you,
Matt. Christian said, is there any way to add the number of sales in BuyBotPro? So we can't add the number of sales on the quick look feature. That's just not data that we can collate that fast and for that many products via the quick look feature. So that has to be in the full-on analysis afterwards, or you can even click on the chart icon in the quick look feature. So that could be a way to have a quick look and try and gauge how many sales are happening there, but we can't add the actual figure into quick look, unfortunately. Sorry, I thought I'd jump in there. You carry on.
No, that's fine.
There's a question there. Would we get the link to the recorded video sent to us? We'll probably post it, won't we?
Yeah, we will post it. I don't know if it's set up to send it out automatically, but we will definitely post in the group when it's gone up, so you can see, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you'll get a notification whenever we post a new video. As well as that, obviously, I know it was Husna was saying about the videos in the webinar. There's loads of videos on there, so if you're after videos about the features, definitely check out the YouTube channel anyway, because there's so many more on there that might be useful to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you please just go over what you said about the competitor storefronts? So as I was saying, the competition analysis in BuyBotPro on the main panel, where it shows you the top 10 sellers. Sorry, Matt's just threw me off.
It's okay.
Sorry, I thought it was a silly. Anyway, if you got the top 10 sellers there, you've got their stock levels next to that, and if you click on any of those numbers, so those stock level numbers, it takes you through to that seller's store, so you can see everything else that they're selling as well. And then that's just what I was saying. You can see the quick look box there as well, and also the manual sourcing accelerator panel that appears there too.
Yeah, that could be a good thing to go over on the next one, Kayleigh. Yeah, be a good video to do, because lots of people don't know about that. I actually brought it up on one of the lives that I did as well, and they were all super impressed as well. So it's definitely something that we should shout about.
Yep, I'm writing it down. It's like last time. What do you remember when was it Tim showed us we could zoom in on the charts or make them bigger? We were like mesmerized because we didn't realize.
Yeah, Tim literally knew how it worked better than we did, because I was like, oh no, you can't do that, and Tim was like, no, you can.
Actually, you can. I'm really sorry. How to add the product to the spreadsheet? Oh, that I think you're talking about the Google Sheet export, which is going to be one of the videos that we're going to cover. So I won't go into too much detail on that one now, because you'll see in a minute.
Yeah, maybe we can do that one next.
Yeah. YouTube channel, I've just posted the link in the chat, so hopefully you guys can all see that, and then you can head there and check out all the other videos.
Yeah.
I think
the next one.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's everything, I'll do the Google export then, because that will answer your question, hopefully. I'll see you in a second.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk you through the Google Sheets export function within BuyBotPro. So this is really useful if you want to create a list basically of all of the products, the deals that you've analysed using BuyBotPro, or you want your VAs to do it, or what's more commonly kind of the use for it is to create what we call a buy sheet. So you've analysed a deal on BuyBotPro and you've decided that it's a good product, it's something that you want to buy and you want to sell, and so you want to have it in kind of a database somewhere, a list. So you can then export all of the useful information about that deal, about that product, into a Google Sheet. So all you need to do to start with is go to Google Sheets. Obviously, make sure that you're signed into the Google account that you want to use, and then create a new Google Sheet. Title it whatever you want to call it, and then just copy that URL. Come back to your Chrome extension, come to your BuyBotPro settings by clicking on the cog here in the top right hand corner, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a box here that says Google Sheets ID. So all you need to do is paste the URL of your Google Sheet into there. Once you've done that, make sure you click Save and Sync so that BuyBotPro has now linked itself to that Google Sheet, and so it knows where it needs to export that data to. BuyBotPro will then refresh. Now let's say we're analysing this deal, so I've input my buy price, I've clicked Analyse. BuyBotPro has analysed thousands of data points and given us all of this amazing, useful information. I've decided it's good, I'm going to go for it, and I want to copy everything over to my buy sheet. So all you need to do is scroll down until you get to this export data section. Obviously, it might be somewhere slightly different in your BuyBotPro depending on whether you've moved sections around. So you'll see that the heading of the section is export data, and then it says Google Sheets here. Now this box here that says source URL optional. So your source URL is where you would be buying that product from in order to then sell it on Amazon. So let's say, for example, I found this product here on this website, and then all I'm going to do is copy the URL of that product, and then I'm going to put it into that source URL box. So basically means it's another piece of information that I can move over to my Google Sheet. So when I look at it, I think, oh yeah, this was a good deal. This is something I wanted to pursue. That's where I'm going to buy it from. Then you'll notice there's a little green button here, and if you hover over it, it says copy to my buy sheet. So then all you need to do is click that button, and you'll notice underneath it just says copy to your sheet straight away. So I have copied all of that data into my Google Sheet. If you haven't done this before, you might get a little box that pops up just asking it to give permission for it to access your Google Sheet, which obviously you need to do in order to make that link. It's not a problem, just click accept and then it will export that data. So now if I come back to my spreadsheet, you'll notice that on the top line lots of information has appeared. Now obviously if you set this up and you were going to use it all, you would put in the headings as well so that you know exactly what the numbers are that you're looking at, but just really, really simple in order to get the data over there. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is if you come back up to your settings, click on that cog and come down, you'll notice that where I put in that Google Sheets ID, there's a button here that says customize. Now, if you click that, it will then open. Now, this is a list basically of all of the really useful information that BuyBotPro will transfer to your Google Sheet. Each one has a letter, and that basically corresponds to the column that the information is in your Google Sheet, which is super useful. If you want to change these, you can do. All you need to do is say, let's say I want the product name to be in column B and I want the ASIN to be in column A. Simple as that. So you could order them, let's say you have kind of the 6 things that you want in your first 6 columns. You would then just put them in A, B, C, D, E, and F. Really simple. As I said before, it's all about making all of the features easy to use and customizable to you, because everyone works in different ways. Everyone has different processes. Everyone has different kind of criteria or information that they prioritize and they want to see. So a really simple way in order to make the Google Sheet export even more kind of personal to you. And then once you've done that, if you have made changes, obviously all you would need to do is click OK, and then don't forget to save and sync. And then the next time it exports, it will export the data in the order that you've asked for it in. So that is the Google Sheet export function within BuyBotPro. Back to me and Holly. And Matt as well.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We've got quite a lot of questions over in the Q&A bit. Can you see them?
Is it not loading for you, Matt?
Yeah, I got them. Okie dokie. When we are putting the buying price, it will add the VAT to it. So we should put the price before VAT in there to get correct analysis.
Yeah. So
is that just my brain? Am I reading that right?
Okay, I'll get it. So there is a toggle just above your buy price, and it says retail and wholesale. If you want to add the buy price in, including VAT, then you need to make sure that it's on the retail side. If you want to enter the buy price excluding VAT, then you put it on the wholesale side. But it's going to typically, well, depending on your settings, but if you've got it at default and it's on retail, it's going to want you to add that in, including the VAT. Because that's what it would be if you were like purchasing from a retailer. So, if you were purchasing from Argos or well, probably not Walmart, because there's, no.
That's a whole other
thing. Yeah, so I won't go there. Just Argos and your UK retailers. You want to make sure that you're adding the buy price with the VAT included, unless you toggle on to wholesale.
Cool. Right. Next one. Sorry, being a newbie, will you show how to use BuyBotPro to source best products to sell on Amazon FBA? Well, in this, I mean, as I say, we're just running through different features of BuyBotPro, and this one is Azim.
Yeah, but we do some demos, don't we?
Yeah, we do some demos. So if you go to the BuyBotPro website, there's a button at the top that says book a demo. And you can put one of those, and that's actually with me. And so what I do is I run through all the BuyBotPro from top to bottom. So I'll give you like a big, massive understanding of how it all works. So if you're interested in that, then please feel free to book a demo.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of questions about the headings in Excel in Google Sheets. So you need to just basically type them in. Yeah. There's no way of us getting it to do it, is there? You need to just type them all in.
What do you mean?
You know where you have the headings at the top of your Google Sheet of what the information is. They just need to go and type it.
Yeah, you will need to do that. I think we've been asked that question before, and it's actually super difficult for us to be able to input those things in first, because if we were to do that, then every time you clicked export, then it would do it again on the next line, and obviously you don't want it there a whole bunch of times.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
It's just one of those things where you need to pop it at the top. Yeah. So Miriam said, does BuyBotPro work in the US too? And it absolutely does. You just need to set it up in the background to make sure that it's set correctly for the US. So you would want to be on not applicable for the VAT, and you would also want to be on method 5 for the ROI.
How will it work if we have the Excel package installed on our computer? Well, basically, regardless of whatever spreadsheet thing you've got on your computer, that's for that bit there is for your Google Sheet. So you've got to set one up as you saw in the video. You just take the URL, pop that in BuyBotPro, and then you'll be able to export stuff from there to the Google Sheet that you've made. I guess if you did really want it in Excel, then you could literally just copy and paste it in there, right?
You would need to use the Google Sheet. So you would use the Google Sheet to export it, and then I guess you could export to an Excel file and then open it in Excel if you wanted to, but there is no way to directly put new information into your Excel sheet from your Excel app, if you will. It is just a Google Sheets feature.
Someone said, is there a link to book a demo? Yeah, so I'll just put in the BuyBotPro website, because the link will change slightly depending on when you go to book, and then you'll see at the top it says get started now, and then just underneath that it says book a demo. So if you just click on that button there, it will take you to book a demo. Any questions? I don't know if I've missed.
Christian said, I use the Google Sheets export. I love it, but it doesn't give the option to see the profit in the customized section, so that it shows me a final profit number after VAT. But it doesn't give the option to see the profit in the customized section so that it shows me a final profit number after VAT. I'm not sure that I quite understand.
I think what he means
It just exports the profit from the analysis that you've done.
Yeah. I'm just seeing what column. So that's column Y. It's quite near the bottom, the profit.
Yeah, so if you just want to clarify on what you mean, I'm not completely sure, Christian, sorry. Do you want to read Azim's question? Do you see it on Q&A?
Yeah, there's loads of things in there. Right, sorry, my question was more, what threshold levels do we look for, BSR, ROI, profit margin, etc., to identify products that are worth selling? Looking for tips for a newbie like me.
Okay, so that's kind of how long is a piece of string question, because it massively depends on how you want to run your Amazon business and what profit margins and what ROI you are happy to sell at. And I guess even when it comes to the BSR, but in terms of BSR, you probably want to be top 1, 3, 5% in the BSR, but it's gonna range massively based on categories and things like that. So we do have a free course in Arbitrage. So I would definitely recommend going and having a look at that. But as Matt said before, these webinars, they're not really for training on how to do OA as such. They are more about the features in BuyBotPro and how they can help you and things. So we've got lots of little bits that we can help you as a newbie learning how to sell on Amazon. But it's not kind of what we go through on this particular webinar, because obviously we would have to share screen and all that kind of stuff, and we're not set up to do that right now. But we can definitely get you a link to the Arbitrage course, and that will definitely help.
I've just posted it in the chat actually, so they can head that over there.
So Miriam's question for UK: which ROI option shall I use? Do you want to
go? I thought you were going to answer. Right, I'll do that then. For UK, which ROI option shall I use? Method 4, Mariam, that is the most accurate. It takes a lot more into account than something like method 1, where it's just profit over product cost. Method 4 is a lot more, and it's all of your Amazon fees as well. So the ROI you're going to get when it works that out for you is going to be a lot more accurate. So method 4, Mariam.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Christian said it shows a profit. Sorry, someone's moving a car. It shows a profit with VAT. How can I make it show final profit without VAT included? That is not something that we currently have. Yeah, we don't have that right now. We can definitely look at adding that in there. If you were wanting to exclude VAT on a whole, then you would. Are you selling in the US? Because there's the not applicable option, and that won't add any VAT on there. But the profit without VAT, we don't have that as an option to export into the Google Sheets currently.
I guess what you mean is, obviously if you didn't want it, you wouldn't have it in your settings anyway, so then that profit would be the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let us know and we can.
Yep, absolutely. So Christian said, for Germany, which ROI method should I use? So when you hover over the ROI methods, it actually gives you a breakdown of what's included. The reason that it's different between US and UK or European markets is because there is no VAT included in that ROI method of method 5. So just take a look at what you actually want to be included in your ROI, and then you can choose the one that's most relevant for you.
Question about Google Chrome. Your recommendation is same Chrome ID in my Google Chrome browser in our V8. Okay, so they don't necessarily, correct me if I'm wrong with this, they don't necessarily need the login, do they? They just need the link for the Google Sheet. Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to give them a link to your entire login to your entire Google. Just give them the URL for that Google Sheet. So I think there's a settings in it where obviously you can share the link, and then anyone that has that link can access it, but they can only access the spreadsheet. They can't access everything. So they just need the URL for the sheet in order to then paste that into the settings bit on their BuyBotPro, so that it links, so that they're exporting to the same Google Sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I've only been over on Q&A. Do we have any questions that we need to answer over on chat?
No, I think most people are using the Q&A.
Matt, what's your favourite colour?
Where's that question?
It's just on
the way down there.
Regular chat.
It's blue.
I remembered, Kayleigh. Yours is green.
We had this conversation last week, so that's the only reason I know.
What's your favourite colour, Hollie? That's one I don't know.
Well, my favourite colour is like white, but then everyone tells me that white's not a colour and it's this whole thing. So I don't know. I guess I would have to say beige because that's the closest thing.
Beige. That's funny. What else are we missing?
There's just one more. There's one more over on Q&A if you want to grab that one from. Oh no, there's two more.
Do I need BuyBot Go separately from BuyBot Pro? No, so BuyBot Go is the mobile app for BuyBot Pro and it's included in your BuyBot Pro subscription. So if you already have BuyBot Pro, all you need to do is go to either the App Store or the Chrome Store, depending on whether you're iOS or Android, and you will be able to download it and then log in, and it's included in your BuyBot Pro subscription.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
No, you go.
Does BuyBot Pro work with overseas sites like Alibaba and wholesaling? That actually would bring us on to one of the other videos, wouldn't it? Do we have a...
which one?
Oh, we don't have a manual sourcing one.
No, we're not doing that.
I thought we did. Anyway, yeah. So if you're looking at other websites, Azim, the manual sourcing accelerator, that's the one. So you'll go onto whatever website you were looking at, highlight the title of the item that you're interested in. If you right click, there's like copy paste and all usual right click options. Then there's a BuyBot Pro option as well. And if you click on that, it brings up the manual sourcing panel. So it pulls through the results for that item and similar ones from Amazon. Find your item, and there's also a BuyBot Pro button. If you click on that, you'll be able to analyze it there and then on the web page. So it saves you from having loads of tabs open. It saves you going back and forth and saves you that bit extra time as well. So manual sourcing accelerator, that's the one.
Yeah, absolutely. You might have not have as much luck as you would on a retail website on Alibaba, just because the titles are like going to be wildly different because they're obviously trying to put lots of keywords into their titles to get as many things to come up as possible. So it might not be wonderful matching in terms of Alibaba and the manual sourcing accelerator, but it's definitely still worth taking a look at for sure. Yeah. Shall we go over to another video?
I was about to say that. Yeah,
so,
sure. Let's have a look. Or should we do your favourite, Matt? The variations you like?
Yeah, so the variations, that's my favourite.
Okie dokie.
Let's do that one.
We'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so in this video, I want to show you the variations feature within BuyBot Pro. Now I'm on Amazon, I'm using the Chrome extension, I've input my buy price, I've clicked analyze. And then for products like this, where obviously the product that I've analyzed is this colorway and this particular size, but it's a trainer or a sneaker, so it will come in different colors and it will come in different sizes. So if you scroll down, you will see that there is a section here, it's got some images and it says BuyBot Pro and show variations. If you click the show variations button, it will then open up all of the different colorways and all of the different sizes that this product comes in. So it basically opens up a whole other avenue of products that you can then analyze and see if they would also be a good deal or not. Obviously, I know it's showing this as average, but I'm just showing you this product because it's a good example of the different sizes and different colorways. So you might have found a really great deal, a really great product that you want to sell, but then why not see if that could lead to more products and deals that you could find? There might be another colorway that will sell even better, or there might be a certain size that sells a lot better than another. Maybe it's a really common size that people are. So you can see which ones are better and then pick from those. So as I said, to open it up, all you need to do is click on the variations button, show more variations, and then it will open up. So the first column you've got here is the ASIN. You've then got the colour, so you'll see obviously there's different, all different colours of this. We've got navy and aqua, you've got light grey, aqua, white, light grey and pink. You've got the size Obviously, this is in UK sizes. And then you've got your price. Now, if you hover over the price, it will show you the low and the high FBA and FBM price, if that's applicable. And then you've got the number of sellers. Now, obviously here it's just showing one FBA, one FBM. At the top here, you've got toggles. So you can toggle FBA off and you can toggle FBM off. And let's say you're an FBA seller, so you only want to see FBA sellers, so an information. So you would just toggle that one off and then it will only show you FBA. The last column you've got is the review section, so the percentage of reviews. Now, this is useful because you can kind of, I guess, make the assumption that the higher the review count or the review percentage, the more sales or orders there have been for that particular product, and therefore, you know, it's more popular, arguably. So it just gives you a little bit of that information. Now, you can sort these. So let's say you want to look at the ones with the highest reviews. Press once, you'll go low to high, and then press again and you'll go high to low. So I can see that that colorway in that size has had the highest amount of reviews. Now, it's worth noting that the when you hover over, you'll see that it's blue. Now, if I scroll down, you'll see there's one in the middle here, which is blue. Now, that is because that is the current one, that the ASIN that I am analysing here on BuyBotPro. So I've been analysing the light grey aqua in size UK 4. That's the product that I've been analysing. Now, if you look at another one, you think, right, this has got the most reviews, so I want to actually go, obviously I know there's only one seller, so it's not the best example, but I wanted to choose one that's got lots of colourways and lots of sizes to show you. So if I then click on that, it will open it up with Amazon. I can then input my buy price and I can click analyze, and I can analyze that product using BuyBotPro just as I have analyzed the previous one. So you can open the product straight up from here once you've decided exactly which ones you want to look at. As I said, the blue highlight, that one there, you can just see at the bottom, shows you the existing one that I was analysing. Now, a question that we get asked a lot with this variations feature is to do with the BuyBotPro charts and the estimated sales calculator. And because there's lots of variations, what ASIN or what product is that data for? And the data that will be shown in your estimated sales calculator and in your BuyBotPro charts is applicable to that specific ASIN that you have analysed. Now, I'm obviously, as I said, I'm looking at the light grey aqua in a size 4. So the data for that specific colourway and that specific size, and therefore that ASIN is what I will be looking at in my BuyBotPro analysis. If I click on one like I have done here and open up a new tab and then I input my buy price and click analyze, that is the colourway and the size that BuyBotPro will be showing you the data for. So as I said, a really cool feature within BuyBotPro because it just opens up a whole other avenue of products that you can go and analyse, and also gives you more information about them before you do that analysis, so that you can kind of weed out the ones that you don't want to look at in more detail and pick up the ones that you do. So that's the variations feature within BuyBotPro. Back to me and Holly. And Matt.
Yeah.
Add that in every time. Did I miss anything of your favourite feature, Matt?
No, you didn't. You did a very good job. You did it justice.
I was waiting for you to add. And did you know?
If anyone's been on a demo with me and we talk about the variations, you've probably seen how happy I get when I talk about it.
Yeah, it's one of those, I think, whenever we talk about it, people discover it because they haven't necessarily noticed that it's on the page. So yeah, it's a really useful one. I don't know if Holly's frozen. Is she frozen for you? Oh no, she's back.
Oh, she was, but she's back now.
Have we got any?
But yeah, how good is that, guys? Like, if you didn't have anything like that and you have something with variations, how would you know? Like, you're pulling your hair out trying to figure it out. And so that really speeds up that process. You don't have to look through each one individually. The table helps you sort it out. Yeah, the variations, I love it. I'm going to cry.
Marion, yes, we will get a replay. So as long as technology has cooperated with us, we will pop this on the BuyBotPro YouTube channel and also in the Facebook group as well. So don't worry about that. Yeah, Venus says very informative. Thanks. Do you love the variations feature as well?
I think lots of people don't know about it necessarily because, like, obviously not every listing has variations. So, like, I think we'll just miss it, you know, because it's like little just there until you open it.
And look at the poll. Did you know? So we've got at the moment 23% yes, love it as much as Matt does, and 76% no, but it'll be super useful. So when we get off this cool webinar, you can just go and quickly have a look at all your variations.
You'll love it.
Matt said show the poll results, but I think you actually have to do it from the moderator section.
Oh, okay, so we can't do that.
I don't think we can do that from here.
Well, I'll tell you, it's 23% yes, did know about it and love it, and 76% didn't know about it, but again, probably going to go and check it out as soon as we get off the webinar. Oh, it's just changed, 28%. Yeah. I can't talk about it because it changes every time I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I noticed it the last time that I was moderating.
Okay.
And there was something in there and it said show poll results. But it doesn't give us that option here. It just lets us end it.
Okay. That's why I can't see it.
Yeah.
If I give access to my VA abroad, do they need a VPN? Oh, I don't know about that one. Do you know, Hollie? I don't think so.
So lots of VAs do use a VPN because it is actually going to change the competition analysis that your VA can see. So yes, it is a good idea for them to use a VPN just in order for them to get all of the correct data when looking at an ASIN, because obviously you might have some, you might have certain criteria whereby you don't want to sell on a listing with more than, I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't want to sway anyone's criteria, but over X amount, and then they would be like, oh, that deal's good, it's okay, there's only 3 people on there because there's only 3 sellers that are willing to ship to their country. So yeah, it is a very good idea to use the VPN with your VA.
Christian, how do I find the sales numbers for each of the variations? I don't see it under... So it doesn't have specific sales numbers. What you could probably get a good indication by kind of the feedback and the reviews potentially, because the higher the amount of reviews, then you could make an educated guess that they've sold more. And then if you want to then look in more detail, what you need to do is just click on it. So it'll open up a new tab and then obviously analyze it with BuyBotPro. And then you can get all of the data to do with that product. So the variations is more to just give you kind of key bits of information so you can then pick out the ones that you then want to go and look at in more detail. So like I said, the sellers and the review, the percentage of positive feedback and the reviews is quite a good indication, just because if they've got lots of reviews, then obviously you could make a good guess that they've sold quite a lot of that product, but then go and look at it in more detail.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just looking at the poll again, but it's the same as it was on a little before. Yeah. I think that's all of the questions. I can't see any more. Have we missed any?
No, I don't think
so. Should we do another video? Let's have a look. What do we want to do? Should we do the VA Toolbox?
Yes, that's a good one.
Let's do that.
Okay. We will see you in a minute.
Catch you in a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about the VA Toolbox, the Virtual Assistant Toolbox. This is virtual assistant management software. It allows you to see exactly what your virtual assistants are doing. They can submit deals to you through it, so you can see exactly what deals they're finding. And of course, it also takes screenshots for you to see exactly how they're working. It's built into BuyBotPro. It's all in one piece of software, and it's part of your BuyBotPro subscription. There isn't an extra cost for it. So it's super useful to have it all inbuilt into BuyBotPro and use it all as one. So first of all, if you're on your Amazon page and you've got your Chrome extension, the BuyBotPro Chrome extension, scroll down and you'll see the Virtual Assistant Toolbox section here. Now to get to the Manager section, all you need to do is click on this VA Manager Login button here and it will open in a new tab. Now, if you've not yet used this, you will need to kind of create an account almost, so create a password. So we would say to obviously use the email address that's linked to your BuyBotPro account so that it's all in one and BuyBotPro can be linked to your VA Toolbox. And then you use the first 6 characters of your BuyBotPro license key as your password. Now, once you're set up, you can then sign in and then it will look a little something like this. Now, this is a test account, but obviously I'm going to talk you through exactly what you can see on here. So the first section is the dashboard, which is kind of like your home page. Top left here, you'll see we've got total deals. So this is the total amount of deals submitted by your virtual assistants. And then you'll see that it's split up into different colours to show you exactly which virtual assistant has found how many deals. And you've got your little key down here. Then you come across the total work time. So again, split between your virtual assistants and color coded so that you can see exactly how that total work time in minutes is split between your virtual assistants. And then you've got your daily deals. And as it said, check out each column for more details. If you hover over each column, it will show you the date and how many deals were found on that day. You then come down, you've got latest deals. So this section basically tells you the name of the product, the name of the virtual assistant that submitted that deal. It will tell you the ASIN, and if you click on that ASIN, it will take you through to the Amazon page for that product. Let's come back to here. Then you've got your buy price, you've got the sell price, you've got the BuyBotPro score, and then also how long ago it was found. If you click here, you can also filter to look at a specific virtual assistant, so that's really useful. Then you've got your screenshots here, so latest screenshots, and again, you can filter them by your virtual assistant. I'll go through the screenshots in more detail in a little bit. So that is your dashboard section. So then let's come up and you've got time logs. Time logs is basically a log of the time that your virtual assistant's working and what they've done in that time. So you'll see here you've got the name of the virtual assistant, you've got the time they started work, the time they finished work, how many deals they found in that time, how many screenshots were taken in that time, and then also how long they were working for. So between the start and the finish time, that's the duration. Again, you can filter by virtual assistant using that filter button, which is really useful. So that's your time logs. And then come on to the next one, you've got deals. So this is kind of a summary of all of the deals that have been found. Again, you've got who found that deal. So you've got the VA, you've got their initials, and if you hover over, it will tell you their name. You have got the title of the product, you've got the ASIN, and again, if you click on the ASIN, it will open the Amazon page. You've got your buy price, your sell price, your BuyBotPro confidence score, the date it was found, and then you've got some action buttons here. So you've got an Amazon link and also a Google Sheet link as well. Then let's come on to the screenshots. So in order for the VA Toolbox to take these screenshots, your VA will need to download the Chrome extension that allows them to do that. Now this extension is called the BuyBotPro VA Monitoring Add-on extension. So they just need to download that, and then that enables the VA Toolbox to take screenshots. So here is obviously what the screenshots would look like. You can see the initials in the right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner, to show which VA it's been taken from. And of course, you've got your drop down. I've only got screenshots for this VA here. Obviously, this is a demo account. But if you had screenshots for multiple ones, then you would have a list here and you could choose which ones you wanted to look at. So coming on, then you've got virtual assistant button. So this is basically where you would manage your virtual assistants. You can see them in here. So you have got the name of the virtual assistant, you've got their email address, the total time that they've worked, the total deals they've found, the amount of deals, total screenshots that have been taken, when they last submitted a deal, and whether they're active or not. And this is also where you would add a new virtual assistant. So if you took on a new virtual assistant and you wanted to get them added to the VA Toolbox, you just click that button. And you've also got the link here to take you to the Chrome store to get you to get them to download that VA Monitoring Chrome extension. So if you then wanted to send them in the right direction to download that, you've got the link here to send to them. Now moving on, we have then got BuyBotPro settings. So here is where you would have your email address, your license key, your region, and then you've also got requirements. So this is basically your criteria of a deal. So it lets your VA know exactly the requirements of the deal that they're looking for. So you can put in your BSR, your ROI, your profit, and your BuyBotPro score as well. Obviously make sure that you submit that. So then when your VAs are analysing deals with BuyBotPro, they know exactly what their criteria is in order to find a good deal. Then you've got your settings. So this is basically just where you would put, it would have your name, your email address that's linked to your BuyBotPro account, your time zone, and also you can change your password for this VA Toolbox as well. So let's come back to the dashboard. So as I said, really, really useful software if you have VAs and you need kind of management software, but obviously it's linked to your BuyBotPro. So it's all in one subscription. It's all one piece of software. Just keeps it really easy for you to use, but so much information in order to manage your virtual assistants. If you can manage your virtual assistants well, then that will have an impact on your business because it will be more efficient. You'll find more good deals and then obviously make more money, which is what we want for everybody's businesses. Now I'm just going to show you, if I come back to Amazon to BuyBotPro here. Now, if I'm doing this from the point of a virtual assistant, I'm just going to show you how it would work for them. So obviously you would be explaining this to them. So let's say I'm going to start work and I'm going to type in my email address. Obviously this is one of the emails that I've got it set up for my virtual assistant in my VA toolbox. So I'm starting work, I'm Chris, I've typed in my email address and I'm just going to click save. And then I'm going to start work because my shift has started. Now you'll see then that that's changed and it's now monitoring me. I'm working, so my shift has started. I would come up and I would use BuyBotPro exactly like you would use BuyBotPro yourself. I will look at products, I will put in the buy price, I will click analyze, I will get all of that amazing information that BuyBotPro offers. And then if I decide, yes, this is a deal that I want to submit. Now, as I said before, your deal criteria is also here. So this will tell you exactly what criteria that you're looking for. Now, let's say I found a good deal and I want to submit it. So I just click submit deal. There we go. So I've submitted my deal. I'm going to work a bit more and then I'm going to finish and I'll click finish. And that's my kind of shift submitted. So let's come back to the dashboard. I'm just going to refresh this. Now you'll see that I have this deal that I've just submitted as Chris has appeared in the latest deals 26 seconds ago. This has changed as well because now Chris has submitted 5 deals, and also it would have logged his shift if I come over to time logs. It's also logged my shift that I started at 10:11 and I finished at 10:12, and I submitted 1 deal and it took 1 screenshot. My duration was 53 seconds, obviously quite a short shift, but I just wanted to illustrate that to you. So that is the Virtual Assistant Toolbox, Virtual Assistant Management software built into BuyBotPro, which enables you to keep an eye on what your virtual assistants are doing, look at the deals they're submitting to you, and just effectively manage your staff. Back to me and Hollie. And Matt as well. We haven't forgotten you, Matt, don't worry. I love that. I actually, every time I watch something or think about the VA Toolbox, I think it's definitely on my kind of my list, but that'll probably be everything, but like my top list, because I just think it's amazing that it's included with BuyBotPro. I think it's something that you could have a whole separate subscription for a lot of things. I think it's amazing that it's included in BuyBotPro. One of the things that people probably forget about as well, because I guess maybe when you're first starting out, you probably think, oh no, I don't need that, I don't want that, and then maybe don't think of it again when the time comes. So it's good to remind people.
Yeah, absolutely, because people toggle it off as well, don't they, when they're not
exactly
get rid of it, and then I think that they just totally forget that it's even there.
Yeah, and then maybe months down the road or whenever, you might get a virtual assistant but just completely forget that it's even in BuyBotPro. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I don't think we've got any questions.
There was we answered Mariam's question about BuyBot Go. So just for anyone else out there as well, by the way, if you are struggling to get into BuyBot Go, just remember it's your BuyBotPro associated email and the first 6 characters of your license key. If you're having trouble with your password, or maybe just fancy changing it, there's a forgot password link. So use that. And if you're still having trouble, reach out to info@buybotpro.com and we'll help you with that. And a question from Ali that I saw as well. I set my setting about VAT to non-VAT registered, but every day it disappears and it doesn't stay saved. When you do set that, Ali, are you going to the bottom of the settings and hitting save and sync? Because that might be it. So if you give that a try, it will refresh and apply that change that you made, and it will stay.
I feel like that's a phrase I use a lot. Don't forget to click save and sync in every single video, like, just in case.
It can be easy to forget. So yeah, always save and sync.
Especially if it's you're doing something at the top and then obviously you have to scroll down and click it. So maybe that's what's...
Well, it stays there now. If you make any changes,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
at the bottom, but it is still at the bottom. It doesn't follow you up. But I think a lot of people click on the cog, change something, and then just click on the cog again and think that it's already done.
Yeah. So maybe that is hopefully saved your issue. Definitely give that a go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's all for questions. So I think we've just got I've just got one more video, I think.
Yeah, what's that
one? BuyBotPro Island.
Okay, wonderful. Did we do a poll on this VAT?
We did. So we've got 17% use it, think it's amazing, 17% didn't know about it, and then 64% don't have a VA but will use it when you do. So I guess a lot of people on here might have only recently got BuyBotPro, so maybe it's not something that you're thinking about right now, but definitely bear it in mind in the future. And I guess it kind of solves a lot of those worries that you might have about getting a VA, and how are you going to kind of keep on top of what they're doing or manage them in a way. So that's definitely something to remember.
Absolutely.
Is there a link for a free trial period? There isn't a free trial period as such with BuyBotPro. Apologies if I'm saying your name wrong, Sajid. Hopefully I said that right. But if you sign up to one of the monthly plans, you are then eligible for the 14-day money-back guarantee that you can take advantage of. So obviously you'll pay for the month, but you'll have BuyBotPro, go nuts, try it out. If you're unhappy with it for whatever reason, though we very much hope that you'll love it, reach out to us within that 14-day window and we will cancel and refund the subscription for you.
Yep. I've got lots of maths going on in the chat.
Right.
Shall we go? I'm just calling you slops now, Matt.
I'm not slops, by the way, everyone. That's not me.
Shall we go to the last video?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okie dokie. We'll play the last one and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
Catch you in a minute.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the BuyBotPro island here. So first of all, I should mention that if you can't see it, that's because this is something that you can toggle on and off in your settings if you want to view it or not. So if you can't see it, just come over to the settings cog here, scroll down and you'll see there's a toggle here to whether you want to show the BuyBotPro island or not. So if you can't see it, it's worth checking that first. So let's talk through exactly what it is. Now obviously the main purpose of this is to kind of pick out key information from the main BuyBotPro panel, and it's really useful at a quick glance to see if you should look into that deal or that product in more detail. Straight away with a really quick look, you can see whether it's a good or a bad deal. You can see this one straight away has lots of green, so I would say it's potentially worth looking into in more detail. So the top line, first of all, you have the profit, you have your ROI, your return on investment, and you have your BSR as well. Coming down, you then have your estimated sales. So the left-hand side is your previous 90-day average sales, and the right-hand side is the predicted 90-day average sales. And then in the middle, you've got your monthly sales. So if you hover over, just as in the main BuyBotPro panel, you'll see the monthly sales breakdown for the last 12 months. Then underneath, coming down, you have got your eligibility, you've got hazmat, and you've got your IP radar. So this is kind of more like, can you sell the product? Are you eligible to sell it? And obviously in relation to the IP radar, should you sell that product? And you can see here we're all green, so that's good on that front. Then just underneath, you've got your BuyBotPro confidence score. This works in exactly the same way as the main BuyBotPro panel and also looks the same, so on the traffic light system. So you can see straight away this one is green and says very good. This perfectly illustrates the kind of purpose of the BuyBotPro island in that at a quick glance I can see, whether it's worth pursuing it in more detail. I know a lot of you will use the BuyBotPro confidence score as kind of a first check to make that decision. Is it worth looking at or is it not worth looking at? So super useful to have that on the BuyBotPro island. And of course, just underneath the percentage, you've also got the three kind of key bits that have been picked out as a reasoning in that score. Then underneath you've got storage fees. So BuyBotPro will automatically calculate 1 month storage fees, but you might have a product that might not sell that quickly. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be that it's something that has a really maybe amazing ROI and profit, so it's worth pursuing because of that. But it could be that then you need to pay those storage fees for slightly longer. So in order to have then a true reflection of your ROI and your profit with those longer fees, you can use these buttons here to input a different amount of storage fees. So as I click through, you will notice that the ROI and obviously the profit and also the score, because that's influenced by that as well, will change slightly. So as I click along, you'll see that the numbers are changing. So like I said, it's just to enable BuyBotPro to take into account a true reflection of those costs. And then just underneath that, you've got your ROI versus sell price. Now, this is automatically populated based on the current sell price and obviously the ROI. So you can see I've got 64.53% for the ROI, and I've got a £32 sell price, which is here. And then coming down, you've got your ROI versus sell price. So this is basically if you have a certain ROI that you would like to hit, it will then calculate the sell price that you would need to sell the product for. So you can see here that this one, when I've clicked analyze and this data is filled in, you can see that it's automatically taken that sell price and the ROI. So it says 64.53% for the ROI, which you can see here, and a £32 sell price, which obviously is there. So all you would need to do is then type into the box the ROI that you would want to hit, and it would tell you the sell price. So let's say £50% ROI, and it's telling me that I would need a £29.42 sell price in order to hit that 50% ROI. So like I said, that's the BuyBotPro Island. A really quick glance with key pieces of information. Hello. Hey there, Matt.
We've lost him.
He goes. Right.
You're not back. Oh, you are back.
No.
That's all our videos.
Yeah. So lots of people use the BuyBotPro Island. 75%.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Again, one of those that if you can't see it, you might have toggled it off in your settings. So it's always worth pointing out, because I know some I haven't got that. You just toggled it off in your settings.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we have any questions anywhere?
What if hazmat is orange? What does that mean? Okie doke. So that in both dashboard and alerts, if anything does flash up as orange, that's generally a maybe. So there could potentially be an issue with whatever it is it flashes up as orange for. So that's just where it's handy to know. So we just need to do our own due diligence and check for ourselves just to make sure we're okay for whatever it is it flashes up as orange for.
Yeah, it often means that Amazon don't actually know themselves, which I realise is quite a crazy statement, but it's true.
Yeah.
And we've got another one in Q&A, guys.
Got the name of the feature on Keeper, but it allows you in the back office of the software to set a load of filters up. Then it will come back with lists of products you can research further. Is this something BuyBotPro are looking at offering? I know several of my clients would love this feature.
It's not something that we've currently got on the list, but I'll definitely take a look at it and see if it's something that we can add into BuyBotPro for sure. We'll have a look, see what we can do.
Yeah, definitely.
Kayleigh's writing it down. I can see her concentration.
I'm trying to think, like, how do I write it down and then look at it again in a couple of days' time and know what I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, do we have any more questions, guys? Oh. Don't think that we do have any more questions.
No.
We always end just about an hour in, don't we?
Yeah. I'm just going to pop the email address in the chat. So if anyone does have any kind of questions afterwards that you think of and you want to reach out to us, that's the email to get hold of the support team on. Yeah. I'll put it in the Q&A one actually by accident. Right. And you put it in the one.
I noticed.
Yeah, there's loads of help beyond today, guys. If you did struggle with anything afterwards, obviously there's all the tooltips on BuyBotPro. Join us on another one of these lives. Join me on a demo. There's the YouTube channel. There's training videos on BuyBotPro. There's 24/7 support. There's loads and loads of help out there for you if you do need it beyond today. So don't worry if you get stuck.
Just to touch on Mariam's question really quickly before we go about IP radar, how reliable is it? So, of course, there are always going to be kind of the first people to get an IP complaint, for example, from a brand. But as soon as we hear about anything like that, obviously the Get Unsuspended team gets so many emails. So as soon as anything like that is flagged and there's kind of evidence that a brand is protecting its IP rights, it will get added to the IP radar. And to kind of touch on Matt said before about the kind of the red, amber, green. Amber is kind of, there's feelings that that brand might be protecting, but there hasn't actually been evidence to prove that. But as soon as that evidence is seen, then it kind of gets put as red. So amber kind of means look into a bit further, kind of do your due diligence and do a bit more research. Green is that there's no known issues, but of course it's always there's always things that crop up. You know, someone has to be the first one, unfortunately. So that will be that's a common question, really. But yes, very reliable. So as soon as we know anything about that, the IP radar will always get updated.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's red, you should definitely listen to it. Don't think that, oh, it'll be okay, I'll be all right. It will definitely cause you issues on your account that you don't want. So please do listen to it.
Yeah. Right, I think that's us.
Yeah.
Matt said nobody has a more comprehensive IP database on earth due to partnership with sister company Get Unsuspended. So
yeah,
very reliable.
Yes. Definitely pay attention to it.
100%. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Right. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Nice to see you all.
And we will see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Take care.